As she opens the text thread, the most recent text from my girl to her is, I don't want Mikki to know I'm seeing other men, and created an OnlyFans. So I started seeing another chick. Turns out she's banging Bam Margera. Me and her were seeing each other for 2 months. And I'm like, dang, another one. You can't just pull up with a few million in cash to all of these games. It's too dangerous. Sometimes the guy who lost doesn't want to pay the guy who won, and then he'll disappear and go back to France or whatever. I got stiffed by a whole bunch of French guys. I was with Bryce Hall and SteveWillDoIt. As soon as Steve walks away from me, that's when security came and snagged me out.
Cody cover spread, for example, like, you think these guys are capping? Welcome back to the MVH podcast. Money buys happiness, guys. You know what to do. Not subscribe, hit the subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment. We brought back one of our favorite guests to have on the show.
Honorary guest.
Yes. I think we got to just we might do a whole season with Mikki. Straight up, run a whole fucking 50 episodes. Yeah. Mikki, what's good, bro?
You know what my favorite part was? Honestly, after everything we did, that animated video. That cartoon.
Hard, eh?
It was jokes,
bro.
Eh? How
that went hard, bro.
We're going to do one for this episode.
We have to, bro. I think we should do more of those.
I
It didn't
know.
get that much traction.
But you have to do them consistently so people expect them from you, you know?
Bro, it was so, because someone made me a proposal one time. They're like, why don't we make an entire show?
This whole series, yeah.
Like where I'll tell whatever
tell a
stories
story.
or whatever, and it's all reenacted in that same type of cartoon.
Yeah.
And someone gave me this idea a while back. They proposed. I said, yeah, maybe, but I wasn't going off back then. Then when I started going off, you guys were like, yo, we want to do the cartoon. I was like, absolutely.
Bro, that shit takes so long.
It's so cool,
Yo,
though.
it's crazy,
It's so
bro.
cool.
It's cool,
But I don't know, with this camera, which one do I look in? This one?
That one, yeah.
Go watch this cartoon they made. It's my favorite thing that came from this whole thing.
No, it was hard. You know what, too? It came out a little bit after the EP. If we had it ready to go, really close. But like you said, that shit takes, bro.
Also, if you didn't watch the first episode with Mikki, go watch that. Because we kind of go over all his whole come up, his story, and that's more context as to who he is and how he got here. But we're gonna have a fun chat today.
Yeah, I kind of want to start with you were, like you said, radio silent off social media for 6 months. What was the deal? What went down? Why? Was there a reason? Were you just fuck this?
Yeah, I mean, so I have over 1 billion views on the internet, and I've never made $1. Right?
Crazy, bro.
So I do not get paid for social media. I don't get paid for views or click. None of that. I've never generated $1. Yeah. I think TikTok owes me money for my views, but it's something in the range of $3.50. Not even joking. Literally, I could open it right now, but it's $3.50. So whatever. And so I don't get paid for it. And so I always said this in the beginning. It's always my stance because I was anti-social media until 3 years ago when I started.
Yeah.
And I was like, if this ever becomes not fun, I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah.
And one day I was like, you know what? This is social media. It's not fun right now.
Yeah.
So I just stopped. And I started I had some businesses I was working on and still are. And I just took all the time that I was wasting and energy on social media. And I said, I'm just gonna put this back into my business and be fully focused. And so, like I said, it just wasn't fun. So it was really easy for me to pull the trigger. Just I didn't even think twice about it. I don't even remember if I made a goodbye. I just think one day I just stopped.
Yeah, I think you just were gone, bro.
Yeah. Because you don't really use your socials for business. It's more just you're exposing what you're doing with people.
Yeah.
Right? But did you find were you fuck, if I don't go on social media, maybe people are gonna not hit me up or maybe less doors will open for me?
That is not what happened.
No.
I feel like the relationships that came through my exposure didn't even come directly off my page. Bro, just check. I got 1 billion views, right? But I only have 1 million followers between both my pages, which isn't even that much. My Instagram, I'm sitting at 320 or something. That's nothing, you know?
Are you shadow banned?
I think I've always been shadow banned.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
I think
sure.
that besides that, I post some pretty outlandish stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that there's people out there that lobby towards Meta and say look, here's some money or some incentive. We want these accounts shadow banned. You know?
For sure.
You think that's what's happening with you?
I think it's always been like that.
Yeah.
But I don't even care. I don't push for followers. I mean, I would love, it'd be cool. It's just it's a clout thing or whatever.
of course.
But it doesn't actually affect me. So I think that when I do form relationships, they don't really come through my Instagram. They come they see me somewhere else, and then they ask let's say they see me on your thing.
Yeah.
They'll hit you up and be like, yo, can you get a hold of Mikki? You hit me up. I'm like, yeah, give him my number.
Because you've been around some, I'd say in the last maybe month, 2 months, even when you weren't necessarily on socials, like I was still seeing you on social media through other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you've been hanging with some fucking like some heavy hitters. You know, I seen you with Druski the other day, Suicide Boys. Like, so these guys aren't hitting you through social. What is it? Just like people you know, and they're just like, yo, we want to fucking hang with Mikki, bro. Just like make it happen.
Yeah.
That's lit. So you took the 6 months off.
Yeah.
And during the 6 months, what were you doing?
So I've been working on a few things. I'm actually like going like pretty big Hollywood right now.
Okay.
I'm in like a bunch of movies. I just got a TV show picked up from Discovery Channel. I got the word last week. We're filming season 1 in August, and it's gonna air the beginning of next year. I'm in 2 Will Smith movies, and so I've been working on the first one like pretty heavy. I got like some acting coaches and stuff. 'Cause I'm not an actor. Let me just like. I'm always very forward about this. I'm not an actor.
But you like it. You like doing that.
It's cool, man.
I was gonna say because you didn't say that like on our first episode. You didn't bring that up, right? Now you're a fucking actor.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm in the 2 Will Smith movies. But what happened? It was so cool. What happened? They knew me as a gambler.
Okay.
And there's a movie they're doing that the main character, the basis is that he like gambles or whatever.
Okay.
So they hit me up like, yo, can we hire you as a consultant just to make sure that all the gambling scenes are
Makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah,
sick.
And I go, yeah, for sure. So we start going over the script or whatever, and I start like talking, and we start to get to know each other. And he goes, wait a second. He goes, was this really like your story? And I go, bro, like honestly, like this was me. And he goes, you don't even have to act. You just have to be you because this was accidentally built for you. Do you want to just be in it? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, the role I have for you is like one of the supporting stars or whatever. And I was like, hey, homie, like I'm down, but I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
So he goes like this. He goes, okay. So this is for the 1 Will Smith movie. Same production company. He goes, we're filming another one of his movies right now. Why don't I give you a small piece in that just so we see how you do on camera? Okay. And I'm like, so I get 2 for the price of 1. Like run that. You know?
Test run.
Yeah, test run. So I was like, yeah, for sure. So I've been working really hard on the first one with a couple acting coaches. Andy Milonakis, a childhood hero of mine, has me pull up to his crib, and we just sit at his picnic table, and he just helps me run lines. Like,
How's it been? How's it been like acting and shit, even with the coach and stuff like that?
It's cool, man.
Yeah?
It's way harder than I thought. Like watching movies, I would be like, oh, like that's easy. Just like say that line like this. Nah. It's same like rapping.
Yep.
You know, I thought rapping was easy. Then I went on a few tracks like, bro, it's all those things is way hard. If it was that easy, everybody would just do it. Everybody would be a famous actor. Everybody would be a famous rapper. That's just way harder.
So you're kind of just playing yourself in these roles?
Well,
or are you gonna act as someone else? Okay.
Yeah. So like the TV show, I get to be me.
Okay.
2 of the movies, I get to be me.
Okay.
2 of the movies, I have to act as somebody else. But one of them happens to be like pretty copacetic with who I just naturally am. So that one might be easier entry.
True.
I forget what other movies or.
What's
TV
the Discovery Channel one? What's that about?
It's about gambling.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Yo, I fit that role.
He's gonna be on TV. That's crazy.
Yeah. And we're filming season 1 in August. The producer said it should be airing in the beginning of 2024.
And is this all in LA? You're shooting everything here in LA, or is it bouncing around?
My man, I have no idea. I don't even know nothing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, they just call me and they're like, "This is the city." I'm like, "All right."
But is this something you're trying to do like in the future as well? Like you just want to keep riding with it?
Well, this has all been like an accident. It just like happened. I get a phone
That's how
call.
everything happens, almost. You know?
Yeah. So
you trying to be an actor?
Yeah, bro. It'd be sick. You serious?
Yo, you smash it. You can smash it, bro. I'm telling you.
It'd be sick. It'd be sick. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been working on that, I guess. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, to take that work on, you might want to get off social media for a bit. Yeah. I could see that. Our screen times, we checked our screen times the other day. There was like 15, 16 hours a day.
Yeah, it's heavy stuff.
I was like, bro, what the fuck are we even doing? Like, how are we on the phone that much, bro? I'm going to take a hiatus myself, bro.
You get sucked in, bro. You just get sucked in. You're on your phone just like scrolling, but it gets crazy. But that's
okay.
But through
so that's
scrolling,
business side. That's the business side, right? How about on a more personal level? Like, how's your mental health been? How's everything like that been? How's your relationships been with people? Has anything changed since the last time we spoke?
Yeah. Me and my girl broke up.
So you were with her on our first episode.
Yeah, we've been together for years.
I think you mentioned
her,
like on our
that's when you
pod,
stopped the orgy tours.
Exactly.
For her.
Exactly.
You did so much for her.
You're telling me.
Okay, so walk us through what happened there.
Yeah. So this is the thing with her. So like, she. First of all, I even hate to admit this, but there's no denying it. She is so goddamn hot, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like.
You see the blonde one you post on your story?
Yeah, but I always blur her face.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can't see the face, but I see that. I'm like, okay, I see what this guy's up
No
to.
face, no case, baby.
You know?
100%.
Yeah, so that's her. Like little tiny blonde, giant titties. If I ever not blurred her face, like you'd be like, yep, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the problem though is like she's too much sometimes, right? Okay. I have stories for days, but just take my word for it. She's like a nutcase, right? But like, whatever, that's the cost. Yeah. You know, she's like young and hot and dumb and annoying and problematic, and that's the balance I'm willing to rock with. True. Like that's you know, some people are like, I will take less titties to have more smarts or whatever the balance is. Like that's what I like.
I like the balance you said. I like that one.
Yeah, I like young, dumb, hot. Annoying, problematic. Like that's
perfect.
Yeah, that's
exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah. You know, and so I tried everything through the years we were together to get her to chill out because she's just too much sometimes. Yeah, I'll try everything from like talking to her, grown up conversation with her, yelling at her. I'm not a yeller, but like I was like, maybe this will work. You know, maybe you know, whatever. So I found out the only thing that works is I have to break up with her. So every 2 months for all these years, I break up with her. And she thinks it's the end of the world. And like 3 days goes by. I clear out my plate. I finish working. I do what I got to do. I hit her up like, yo, I can handle your baggage. Like, come through, you know? Yeah, so every 2 months we go through this. The last time I did that, though, it was the longest we done it, but I had the most on my plate. It was like during the hiatus. Yeah. And I had so much on my plate with the acting. And I didn't say some of the businesses I'm working on, but like I had the most.
Of course.
So it took 2 months. So I happened to be with her best friend, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I love her so much. I'm gonna get back with her today. Like I had this plan, and she was like, don't. I'm like, what do you mean, don't? She goes, I don't want to say anything, but like, you should just move on. And I'm like, what? Like, this is the girl I'm gonna marry. Like, I love this girl. We've been together for so long. Like, she knows my family. Like, my family knows this is the girl I'm gonna marry. What do you mean, don't? This is her best friend. She's like, we like made a deal, and she's like, look, like if you're gonna do it, fine, but like whatever, I don't think you should. But I'll send her a message and I'll let her know like that you're gonna get back and how much you love her. She's like, yo, Mikki, look, she's gonna show me that she's sending the message. As she opens the text thread, the most recent text from my girl to her is, I don't want Mikki to know I'm seeing other men, and created an OnlyFans. Ooh. And I'm like, dang. So I snagged the phone and I'm looking, and bro, it's like all of my girl or exes, whatever, like her and her best friends, like deepest conversations, the sexual exploits, the emotional connection, screenshots of her and her new man's like conversations, photos that she's like, hey, do you think I should send this to him? Like everything. I'm reading every grave detail. Jeez. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, like this has never happened to me in my life. You know, I've only been in long-term relationships my whole life, but every break has always been the same. Okay. Clean, simple. Every single girl I've ever dated in my life to this day wants to get back with me. They all communicate with me. They all would drop everything if I was like, yo, whatever. None of them ended like this, right? So I don't even know how to handle it. Yeah. And I read everything. I'm like, all right. I hit up my girl at the time, you know, if she doesn't know that I know. And I'm like, yo, you want to pull up? Like, you want to chill, whatever? And she's like, okay, maybe. We're going back and forth. And I go, you going to tell Mark? And Mark's the new dude. And she goes, what? You know? And I said, baby, I love you with all my heart, but this is where it ends. And I bang the line, right? Oh. She ends up pulling up to my crib at 4 a.m. I was out. I got home at like 4:30, and she was blocking my driveway. I tried sneaking into my house so she wouldn't. I tried it all. Yeah. I could not avoid her seeing me. I ran to my door. Yeah. She came up and we talked. And not only was she not sorry, and she kept lying. The only thing she wanted to know is how she got caught.
Wow.
And I was like,
so it was all about her still.
Yeah. I was like, dang. Then the story gets way, way worse, just so you know. Like I wish it ended
Keep
there.
it going, bro.
I wish it ended here.
I gotta. You can't just stop it there.
I wish it ended here.
We're just smiling at your detriment right now. Keep it going. Keep it rolling. I love it.
But for real, like even at that point, like, because you said even all your past relationships, you ended civilly.
Yeah,
so how did it feel to be like part of something toxic like that?
Bro, so bad. Like even right to this moment, like I still feel bad because like I said, I thought I was gonna marry this girl. Like my family knew I was gonna marry her. And I loved her, you know, with all my heart. And I did so, like you said, like literally like off the record, like I did so much. Yeah. Like I don't, you know. And it's the first time, even though I'm like definitely like I'm deep in adulthood at this point in my life, you know. Any other adult relationship, you know, anything I ever had never went down like this. Yeah. So I think that I'm going through it the way a lot of kids like in high school even go through it. True. Like they have that first ever real heartbreak like that. Yeah. And I'm doing it now so late in life, and I'm like, I don't know how to handle this.
But that's also tough to read, bro. Like, because you know those messages with your best friend, like two girls between each other, like you're getting like the real sauce, bro, which is, as a man, that's tough to read, bro. That's
but you're
tough.
right. Even about like, you know, like your first heartbreak.
Yeah.
Is this your first one?
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, like every other time I broke up with a girl, and again, I've only been in long-term relationships, and I give my all and all that. They all like were like heartbreaks. They're all sad and whatever, but they all were like clean. We both understood the circumstance. Hey, I think I'm gonna go a different direction. I can't give you the attention you deserve. I hope you find that in another man that loves you like I love you.
Very
and
mature.
Like, and we stayed best friends, and they all want to get back with me, like all solid. Never like this though. This is something.
So you pull up to the house. She's talking to you. She's asking you questions. She just wants to know who the fuck snitched on her.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then it gets I wish that's where it ended.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, like a month goes by. And for the first 3 days, me and her were in communication because I was just so distraught. I didn't even know what to do. Like I couldn't even like control myself. And like we didn't be in communication. She not only refused to unfollow him, but she refused to even like try to make it up with me. She kept trying to see him. She kept like texting him like, hey baby, I'm nearby, I'm horny, can I come over? And there was somebody else like in the mix that kept like leaking this information to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm like, bro, like, are you out of your mind? Why can't you pull up on me to apologize for the years you just threw down the drain versus some rando? And the thing is, like, low-key, I kind of know the guy. He does, bro, she pulled up on him like a hoe. He treated her like a hoe. He does not want to be with her. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she's clearly wasting her time and just ruining me and us further. And it was hard. It's like a month goes by. And she, like, surprise pulled up on my crib or something like that.
Okay.
And the thing is, I miss her, and I missed her a lot at the time. So I didn't keep the door shut. I like opened the door, you know? And it was, like, we didn't touch. She stayed with me, I think 2 nights. Never touched. She like tried, you know, she like tried taking her clothes off. I'm like, yo, like I don't want to see you like this right now. Like put your clothes back on. You know, she slept in my bed. I was like, bro, I'm gonna sleep on the couch. Like I can't even, you know, I gotta
like
work
disgusted
through this.
almost.
I'm disgusted. I am disgusted. I mean, story gets worse. So we start talking surrounding those couple nights, like the day she left or whatever. Turns out she was like tricking for cash, which is crazy because she could give me cash. She was taking sponsored trips to all different cities, Miami, PJs, Rolls Royces, all this, going to private islands, all this. Tricking, working the whole way, just sucking and smashing every step of the way. And I'm like, are you out? And she told me all this. But I knew she still wasn't even telling me the full truth.
Jeez.
You know, so I go through all this and I'm like, we're done. Like, that's for sure. But my heart is so broken. You know, I'm so sad.
You need some time, bro. Time heals all, bro. And you definitely can't talk to, like, you can't talk to her. You can't do like you know, when people break up, but then they're like, okay, well, like, yo, let's chill, let's fun. You can't do any of that. It's like a block and gone.
But I'm surprised, like, you're saying tricking for cash, private trips, all this stuff. Like, she knows you're loaded, no?
You know
what I'm saying? Like, she knows you're fucking rich, no?
Okay.
Like, I'm confused, bro.
Let me tell you something really funny. I've never said this to anybody. I don't even think my homie knows this. Check this out. So, all right. So, yes, she knows. Bro, I used to give her grips of cash. I used to come home from like a poker game and just throw her like yes. I took her on the PJs. She lived in the villas with me. I took her on vacation. You name a city, like I took her there. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, why would you suck dick for money? Well, you don't have to be a whore. You don't have to be a prostitute. You could. You're like my baby. Like I got you. Like just ask if you need money. I pay her rent. Like just ask me. Yeah. Right. So I don't know, but check this out. So in the last 6 months of our relationship, when I saw things like kind of like just being a little weird, right? I started to convince her that I was broke. I had her so convinced I was broke that I was using her DoorDash account.
But why were you doing that? Just to see if it wasn't about the money?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
okay.
it was just like this crazy thing. I don't know. It just seemed right, you know. It just seemed right. It just seemed like it was getting funky, and like I was like, I don't know why I'll do this. Like let's ride out, you know. So I was like, oh baby, like I'm having money problems, this and that. And she, like I said, she's really dumb, and she ain't ever asked me too many questions. So I had her finally totally convinced that I had nothing, right?
Okay.
She found a $2.5 million check that was made out to me one time. I had lost this check like a year prior. I forgot I had this check. I like hid it somewhere one time because it was like overnight. I don't want to leave it. Whatever, you know, like whatever. I just put it down somewhere. Okay. Up on my second floor in my office. There's like piles of paper everywhere.
Yeah.
I think she was like going to my office. I forget what she was doing. And she found this check. And she came up to me. She goes, oh my God, Mikki, all your money problems are solved. You know, here's this check. You're like, oh my God. I was like, oh, baby, thank you so much.
You're so smart.
Oh my God.
You fucking killed me, dude. And
I
by the way,
can imagine your reaction.
and by the way, to just put a fucking $2 million check just like laying around and forgetting about it, dude, you're the fucking best.
So
bro.
why
That's
do you? Why,
amazing.
okay, but
That's amazing, bro.
even on a serious note, why do you think that started happening in the relationship?
When I met her, she was a hoe, right? Okay. And I broke cardinal rule of future relations. 0123, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Facts.
But you think you can all the time. Like you always think you can.
think you can, and like, bro, she got me. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm guilty. She got me. That's it. She got me.
She fucked you up.
That's it. She got me.
Yeah.
She got me. That's it.
I know.
But also,
Another
she's
one,
young.
that's
I know.
She's young. You're probably thinking like, yo, I'm still getting her in the right stage. Like,
I can morph her
make
into
this
what I-
happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but I
damn.
met her. She was a hoe. So apparently I had met her in the past because she told me about this. She had came over and tried to flirt with me and introduce herself, and I had I don't even remember. Apparently I had no interest, and I like duffed her off. I didn't even like respond. She was like, "Hey, like I'm Lovelin, da 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 da," and I never even I just looked at her, looked back, and kept moving on. Right.
Okay.
Sometime later we run into each other again. She doesn't say anything to me. My homie goes, there's a group of girls, right, wearing lingerie. My homie goes, I got $100 if whoever takes their tits out first. Her tits were out so fast that he didn't even finish the sentence. And she was sitting across from me. And I seen it, and I was like, I'm in love, right?
Who's the biggest hoe in here? I love you.
I swear to God, right away. So I asked the girl, like my other homegirl that I was seeing at the time, I'm like, yo, who's that little blonde chick? And she goes, oh, that's Lelin, da-da-da-da-da. I says, what's her info? Gave me her info. I slid in her DMs. I'm like, yo, what's good? She goes, yo, I'm looking for a booty call right now. I'm accepting applications. So as a joke, I put together a full resume, right? I swear to God. I was like, here's all my accolades. Here's why I'm a great booty call. I sent it in, and she goes, I think you got the job, but we have to do an in-person interview. I said, pull up. She ended up staying with me for, the first time we hung out like that, she stayed with me for a whole week. And after that, we were inseparable for years, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, I met her on some hoe stuff. She had sporadically done a couple of little hoe things like throughout our relationship. Okay. But again, I just figured like she's just young, she's dumb, she's like wild and reckless.
Yeah.
But she got me because she was really just a hoe.
Yeah.
So now, like, I guess now, how are you looking at relationships now?
Bro, okay, so that was my question to myself. Like, how is this going to affect me moving forward, right? And things I've already done the thing, like, I have hoes in my life, like, you know, like, I get pussy, that's not, like, necessarily my problem. I crave intimacy and connection. I crave the feeling of love. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm with a chick for the first time, like if I'm gonna fly a chick out, I'm very forward about it. I'm like, hey, look, you're very hot, all this. I want you to make me think we're in love, even if it's fake and just for the weekend.
Yeah, I just need that.
Yeah, like the GFE. Like I crave that in my life, you know?
Yeah.
So I started seeing another chick. Like it just happened, like organically. A chick I known for years. We had like
When was this? This was, I guess,
like just recently.
Yeah.
Just recently.
Okay.
Right? Just recently. So we started seeing each other, but we known each other a few years. Like we always like had a little thing. Like we never like hooked up, but we always like liked each other. We were friends, whatever. Cool. So I'm now single. She's now single. We start seeing each other. You know, I took her to. That was my date for Ryan Garcia's fight. Like this was my new little thing.
Okay.
Turns out she's banging Bam Margera. So another one.
Wait, what?
Another one, bro. I just caught her. Last week. I just caught her.
how'd you catch her?
Wait a minute. Bro. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, how do you catch her? Yeah, how do you catch her?
I caught my new chick banging Bam, and I'm
Has
like,
it been like 2 months?
yeah, 2 months. 2 months. So me and her were seeing each other for 2 months. And I'm like, dang, another one.
And was she the same type of girl as your last girlfriend?
The opposite. This bad little goth chick. Like, just the sweetest, cutest, bad, like, goth. Just like, she's, you know, and she's roommates with my homies. Like, she lives in the crib. Like, I've known her for years. Like, she's, like, the quietest girl. Like, no, like, she had a social media account, private. She has, like, less than 1,000 followers.
Oh,
She's never
amazing.
posted
Those are
a
the
photo.
best ones, yeah.
Never posted a photo of herself.
So you went complete opposite, pretty much.
Yeah, but it just worked. You know, well, I thought it worked.
For 2 months. For 2 months, bro. Like, come on.
So how do you find out about Bam Margera, though?
All right, so this is the thing. So she goes, yo, I'm popping out some homies for the weekend. I'm like, have fun, like, do your thing. And she posted this thing, like a video, but it was like really like indiscreet, whatever. And it was like, I looked and I was like, oh, dang, it kind of looks like Bam. Then I text her, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm with Bam Margera. I'm like, all right, cool. Now, my McLaren and Bam's Bentley are parked next to each other at the same shop, right?
Okay.
So I was like, oh, tell Bam, like, funny story. Our cars are parked next to each other over at, you know, wherever. And he sends me a video back on her phone and was like, oh yeah, that's so funny. I actually just picked it up yesterday. Like da 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 da. I seen your whip there. Like whatever.
But sending on her phone was already kind of...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
You're thinking about it. You're like, okay, it could just be whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I second guessed it, but I was like, could be regular.
Okay. You don't want to trip. You don't want to trip.
Let me not
okay,
trip.
okay.
It's all right. Let me not trip. So I hit him back. He hits me back, whatever. Then later that night, in like the middle of the night, she posted a photo with him. Now, this is the thing. This girl has a foot fetish, and I know that about her. So for her to have her toes involved is always like a sexual thing, right? So the photo she posted was her toes, like her foot, right next to Bam's face. And I was like...
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So
now we got to ask questions. Yeah. Now we got to ask some questions. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I replied to that story, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know? And she's like, nothing, I'll tell you later. And I said, you and Bam got a thing going? Because if you're smashing, it's all good. What's the word, you know?
Yeah.
And she responds like this. She goes, she says, like, can't talk now. I'll call you tonight and explain everything. And I said, there's nothing to explain.
Yeah, I know everything. That's all I needed to hear,
yeah, I
bro.
said nothing to explain.
You cut it off right there.
Yeah.
And
I like her too.
Did you have a conversation with her at the beginning? Like, yo, like we're exclusive. Like, do you do those conversations?
If I think that it's like if I'm like really out there, you know, and the chick that I start seeing regularly is also out there, we'll have that conversation. Like, hey, like we're both like
gonna do our thing.
Yeah. So like either we're both gonna be whatever the conversation is.
Yeah.
With this goth chick, I didn't because I really believe she just wasn't, you know?
Yeah.
She like worked for one of my best friends. She lived with my homies. They all like lived in a house together. So like there was always like, not that there was eyes on her. Like I don't watch. Like I don't ask no questions. But somebody would have spoke up to me for sure if something fishy was happening that they knew about.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like a safe thing. And like I knew her for years. She was always quiet, don't talk to nobody, like by herself. Like
just being too nice, bro. You're giving the benefit of the doubt.
And Bam knew you were with her.
I don't know what he does or doesn't know. Like I wasn't there to hear.
I'm sure he probably didn't know. He probably was just like whatever.
Yeah.
But okay, I want to ask. With that being said, I want to ask you like, what are your thoughts on open relationships? Have you been in many? Is that something that you think? If you were going to be with a chick like long term, like we could say marry, but even if it's not actually married, you're going to be with her, let's say forever, maybe kids, who knows? Is an open relationship something that you think you could do that's feasible for you?
Yeah, for sure.
In the long term?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like most of my relationships look like the following, right?
Okay.
We're both outside, we get together, and we just start seeing each other constantly or whatever because we click more than anybody else we're seeing.
Okay.
The girl says to me, I don't want to see anybody else. And I say, I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't want to set us up for failure. I'd rather tell you the truth than find myself in a predicament in a moment of weakness and cheat. Are you cool with me living my life, but know that me and you will have communication and you have my heart no matter who I give my body to? And every single time without fail, the girl says, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
And usually throughout the relationship, either we'll have fun together, like whatever it may be, but like the most serious it gets is I decide I don't want to give my energy to anybody else, and I have another conversation like, yo, let's be one-on-one, even on my end.
True.
And
You said that last time. You said that on our last pod.
Which is what happened, bro. I was so good to her. After me and her had that talk, and I was like, yo, I don't want to see anybody else. Like, let's rock, just you, us. Bro, I didn't. I wasn't outside. I wasn't messing around. I wasn't DMing. I wasn't cheating. Like, nothing, bro. I loved her so much, that one. I was so good to her. I loved her so much.
So now, I guess after the last one... This last 2-month little
shaker
little over
fling,
here.
Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on relationships? Because you've been going through it the last couple years.
I know. Yeah, man. And it's just crazy because I never dealt with this in my whole life.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's happening right now.
Do you think it's because like you had more feelings for this? Like that's why you feel this way?
I swear to you, I don't know. You know, I have this weird pressure in my head about like where I'm at in life, like as far as stability, finances, getting older, stuff like that. And I have this weird pressure, like I want to get married, settle down, white picket fence, you know?
Yeah.
And I like, she seemed like the perfect candidate, except she was a hoe, you know? But she got me. You know, a lot of us got, and I got, and it's a shame. But
is that the play for you long term? Like you actually thinking like family, kids?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
There is a pressure though, you know, and I think that a lot of people feel that pressure, but you can't settle with the wrong person just because
of
you
the
feel that
pressure.
pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously, like I got saved in the long run because if I didn't catch all these things,
of
I would have
course.
married. I would 100% have married this girl.
Well, this shit happens for a reason, bro.
Yeah, it just sucks. The reason sucks. You know, all of it sucks.
Well, now, bro, if someone tries to do that, you're gonna know right away. You're gonna know
Yeah.
I think when those things happen, I think you learn more about the person you want to be with. You know? So you got to kind of make a list and say, okay, well, I can't be a hoe.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could be a hoe anymore, bro. I don't know if you
I
could.
know.
Yeah, it might not have
I
to.
know.
You know, might have to.
I know.
Might have to go to the library and find out. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we always say. We're always like, okay, we're out here looking like you want to find a rocket who's going to be down to like do the thing, but it's like, what rooms are you actually in that you're going to find that girl?
I
You
know.
see what I'm
True,
saying?
too.
You know what's been happening? I will say this, and this is something that I haven't put enough energy into. As my life got bigger publicly, I've been put into a lot of these circles where my social group is consisting of people that are really big, have big lives publicly, you know? I'm around, what I'm saying is I'm around famous chicks a lot, super famous girls.
100%.
And we engage heavy. I think I got to try that. Like a girl who has more money than me, more fame than me, all that, because then she doesn't need anything from me. And if she chooses me, it's because we're there for each other.
She's not dependent on you at all.
Yeah, like
then
I
you
don't
know
have
it's
to-
for real.
Yeah, I have to worry about her finding somebody else or this or that. Like she had made a real decision to lock in with me, and vice versa, and that would be something different. Cause I always pick these like young, hot, stupid chicks. Like I don't know, like you know.
I mean, but you even tried the like private account, low followers. Like usually that's the one. You're like, usually that works. Like that's usually the way you get
I'm
it
going
done.
gay. I decided. I'm going gay. I'm gay.
All right,
That's it.
announcing it
We
here.
heard it
Put it
here
on the
first.
record.
We heard it. What do you think about like even like the OnlyFans stuff, the social media? Do you think that affects relationships nowadays?
Majorly.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Majorly.
Did you notice that about any of your relationships? Like where, because we say it all the time too, like think about it. Like a girl can really just go on her story one day, post a bikini pic, post a fucking mirror pic, whatever it may be.
And fuck 10 guys.
Get
in
10
one night.
DMs that night, go to dinner that night, fucking
Yeah,
next guy that night.
Yeah, I mean that's what my ex did. You know, like.
He's going through it.
I just told your story, bro.
Yeah, I think if a girl has an only, let me tell you this first of all.
Okay.
I support the hustle.
Yeah.
In no way am I knocking it,
Yeah.
right? If a girl is OnlyFans, for me, I will never take her serious.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
Doesn't mean we can't date. Doesn't mean we can't become super good friends. Doesn't mean we can't have a fling. It doesn't mean anything negative, except you will never reach that final
Of like,
level.
I want to
you know?
marry you kind of thing.
Yeah, that is not going to happen, which is odd because well, I guess it's not odd. You know, I date porn stars and I date like all OnlyFans models. I do, but for me, whatever it is, they'll never unlock that final level. You know.
Yeah.
I think the concept of it, like now, I think that all it does is like tarnish relationships. I've never seen in my life a relationship where a girl who is a sex worker or turns to sex work, that leads to strong fundamentals in a relationship. Personally, I've never seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen or it can't happen. I'm not saying anything like that at all.
Yeah.
Just from my own experience, my own perspective, you know, I think it causes more damage than good in the relationship department. There's a lot of people who choose to be financially successful over relationship successful. And I'm not telling you which is right or wrong. If you're about your bag, then that's the move. If you're like, I put money over hoes any day, right? Which is a common saying.
Yeah.
Get your money. 100% that's the move. Do
Yeah.
OnlyFans, do porn, do it all, you know?
I think it's interesting because I don't know. This might come out in like a week or two, but Adam 22 just had an interesting thing happen to him. I'm not sure if you saw his wife Lena. Just first of all, they just got married a month ago,
Right.
And when we had talked to Adam, he's been very vocal about it. He's been saying like, yeah, we're in like a one-way open relationship. Like I can fuck all these porn stars. They do it for their show Plug Talk, but she can only fuck me. And now yesterday it came out that she just did her first like scene with another guy since she's been with Adam.
Really?
So that's like going crazy on the internet because everyone's just like, bro, like this is crazy. Like he's the biggest cuck ever, like going crazy. And I'm like, and you say like, and I kind of agree with you in the sense of like, two sex workers, like how can it be like the purest love, you know what I mean? Like through like family and marriage. And then I see that and I'm like, damn, that must be tough. Like I don't care. You want to call me insecure, you want to call me whatever. Like seeing my wife fuck another guy, I just don't know. Like I just can't see it, bro.
Well, I'll tell you this. I had like long-term girlfriends that I loved with all my heart, right? Like for real. And we did like group sex, like partner swaps. Like we did it all.
Okay.
I could find that to be incredibly hot. Like I think there's a lot of positive depending on where you're coming from. I think if there's purity in the relationship and real love, you can simply detach yourself from the act and be like, this is a pleasurable act. Like this is like eating good food or whatever you enjoy, right? Like we're just gonna have sex. You want a different girl, there's ways. But I think for me a little bit more what strikes home is where do you cross the line? Like, let's say my girl was a sex worker. Where do I know when she's working and when it's personal?
True.
If her job is to flirt with guys, send nudes, get them to send jerk off videos, jerk off to her, send custom videos, when is she sending nudes versus when is she working? When is she sexting versus when is she working? And that indistinct line there is something that I have a lot of trouble swallowing, because I'm like, hey, like, what am I signing up for? Right?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm a sex worker. I work these hours or in this capacity or whatever. Either I agree or disagree.
Yeah.
When she goes, I just do things sometimes when I feel like it, however I feel like it. I'm like, well, what am I agreeing to?
Yeah, true.
You know?
So you're saying to set some boundaries as well.
I think boundaries help huge.
But that's hard though. It's like you said, it's a very blurred line.
Yeah.
Because okay, even if you're like, let's use them as an example. Like, when is it work? When is it not? Like, when is she fucking just because she's like, it's for the act, and when is it for money?
And
like,
when she down, like when
when
she
is she
actually
like
pumped
you know
to
what
do
I'm
it.
saying? It's
You know
like,
what I mean?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe you can call me insecure. I couldn't put myself in that situation, but I also hear what you're saying. Like, you make a comparison. I think some people might think is crazy, but like eating good food, some people could compare it to just good sex. It's a very similar thing. I could understand that aspect, but it would be tough. Like, I think you got to be a certain type of person.
You're around a lot of famous people, right?
Yeah.
How are they moving in relationships?
Do you see that a lot?
Most girls that sign up to be with famous guys understand what they're signing up for.
Okay.
There's a few that fake it and think they're like, yeah, baby, like I'm with it. Get with the dude, thinking that she's gonna change the situation.
Okay.
And then she sticks around because he is rich, he is famous, he is cool, all that. But the whole time it's just damage, you know? He's like, baby, I told you I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah,
like, I don't know
yeah.
what you want. And then it's just like toxic for a long time. So
How about the females? Like, how are they moving in relationships? Like the famous women.
I gotta be honest, I never seen a famous woman that I'm friends with act out of a relationship.
Wow.
They seem pretty locked in, to be honest.
And then who's the guy they're usually with? Like, what's the look of the guy? What's the, like, you know, does he have money? Is he famous, or is he just a random guy?
Usually the dudes are dorks.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of
Really?
crazy.
I guess they want someone that they don't have to worry about fucking around.
That's what
either.
I think.
Is
That's
that what it
I
is?
think. Yeah. Imagine you took some dork with like no money, no nothing, no
Yeah.
nada. Somehow he was for one time in his life, he was in the same room as you or whatever.
True.
You know, the girl. And then somehow they strike it up. Like, that dude can only be back in those rooms again if it's with her, you know?
True.
Like, that's a lot to lose. There's a lot on the line.
No, you're right, bro. And we have this conversation all the time. Like, I think if you're like a successful, like a hyper successful man, like it's tough for a woman to try to fool herself to think that he's not gonna fuck around.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's an everyday thing, but like maybe he's over here on vacation over there doing this. Like, we're just men. It's kind of fucked. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that the women just don't want you to have that emotional attachment when you're doing
Exactly.
it.
I
Exactly.
agree. That's why I think girls get over cheating so much easier than guys, is because girls are able to say, whatever, where was the emotionals? You know, the emotions behind it. If you weren't like emotional with that girl, it's like, I'll be mad at you, but like, we'll get over it.
Well, because there's a difference between like just fucking somebody and then having like a full on affair. Where you're like, you're texting, I love you, I want to take you for dinner, I want to do all these things, right?
Yeah.
But yo, listen, you're a hyper successful man. Like, you're just trying to get some energy out. You know what I mean? You're just trying to let loose a little bit. That's it.
Are you just planning to be single now for a bit? Like, just kind of clear your mind?
Bro, I still have like my next relationship goal is just to get married. I posted this and I wasn't kidding. The next girl I date, bro, she better come correct because I'm getting married.
Let's
Bro,
go.
I'm not even playing.
Let's go.
What are you taking from this last year or so that you're going to bring into, let's say, your next relationship?
I hope no baggage. I hope. You know, I can't say for sure because honestly, like I said, I've never been through this. So I hope it's no baggage that I take with me. But I don't actually know, bro. I'm figuring all this out right now. I swear to God, like emotionally speaking, I feel like I'm that kid in high school that most of us went through as a first breakup. I didn't have that necessarily in high school. I have it now.
No, it's better now than later to have it.
I guess better now than... Bro, if it's any later than this, I'll...
No,
you know,
no,
like,
no, trust me, there's people that still haven't went through that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
But I think you got to switch up the list, bro, because dumb, big titties.
Yo, you might have to go to like Europe or something, find some girl that no one knows, bro, and just...
I actually was thinking about it
I'm
this
telling
week.
you, bro.
Yeah.
Very
In the
traditional.
mountains.
Go in the mountain of Italy, bro. Go find a fucking traditional
The
girl.
Swiss Alps.
She doesn't know about Instagram,
I like the way,
TikTok.
I go for Swiss-looking girls anyway. Tiny little blondes with big titties and
there
big
you go.
lips, you know?
Sweden, go to Sweden. Someone out there, you know what I'm saying? These girls don't know
Ukraine,
anything.
fam, go to Russia. They got lots of options.
I got options.
Yeah, I think it's the Western world here that's fucked, bro.
Yo, No, so
It's LA too, though. By the way, it's LA.
At least
LA.
demonic, bro.
It's LA.
LA,
LA is
fam.
the
It's LA,
mecca of hoes, right?
Yeah.
And every one of them is the same. They're the same. They're all the same. They all look the same, act the same, trick the same, hoe the same, get money the same. They're the same.
Yeah, facts.
And as I went through this breakup, I realized I was like, dang, she got me, you know? And it's like almost embarrassing to say, but almost everyone's been got, you know, before. And
100%.
you know, like we fall for the girl, we fall so in love.
And no one can even, you won't listen to anyone else.
Exactly,
I know.
right? But even worse, she had all of us fooled. Everybody around me was like, that's the one.
Oh, so you didn't even have anyone saying like, yo, you should be careful, maybe.
Not a single person. Not all of
That's
us
a
got
pro.
fooled. She's a professional fooler. Yeah, professional.
Damn, she's gonna do well in her life.
I think she's gonna
do
regret
well.
it though, bro.
Yeah, probably. I mean, she's a hoe, and you know, and it's weird. Like she, like you know, she's a prostitute. Like that's something that's really hard to come back from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like straight
Or
up.
for you to just like accept.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna accept it, but.
Yeah,
But even for her, like, how is she ever gonna like come back on her own? Like, she has to like really live with that.
Yeah, it's in her head. Bro.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
has to go to sleep at night knowing that.
Yeah, like every man she's with, the two of them, if they both like think about it, both of them be like, we can skip all this. Let me just give you a little cash and get my dick sucked. Like every time she's at dinner on a date, in her head she's like, you can just give me cash and I'll suck your dick.
Wow.
And if he knew, imagine he knew. Every time a guy goes to take her out, he can just be like, actually, can we skip all that garbage? Can I just give you a little cash and get my dick sucked? 'Cause that's all I'm here for anyway. You know?
What do you think drives a girl like that to move that way?
Bro, I swear to God, I don't know. She's just a hoe.
I think it's
you know?
society now, bro. It's a little different, you know?
But it's the air here too, bro. We've been saying the air in LA,
air
bro.
in
I don't know, man. Everybody we talk to, we're hearing some next shit about LA. Like
The devils are here, baby.
yeah, the demons move around in LA, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, you might just have to
Straight
change
up.
location, fam. You'll be
Straight
okay.
up.
Yeah, come to Miami.
You're gonna be okay, bro.
Come to Miami, bro. You got to see some big
Yeah,
booty
come to Miami
Latinas.
with
No?
You know,
us,
I lived
bro.
in Miami. It's where I moved from. I lived there 8 years.
Bro, that's
okay.
where we're gonna be
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
That's home
No,
base. bro.
I die when I see Funny Degenerate. They post a shit about you.
Oh, that's my dog.
No,
Those
bro.
memes are fucking.
No, I die, bro. Those kill me. The big booty Latinas. I'm like, yo, this guy kills me, bro.
Yo, so we put the whole. All right, bro. A year ago, me and Funny Degen posted like a photo of me playing poker and said, "Professional poker player Mikki Mase arrested, Rico, whatever." A year ago.
Yeah.
It went off, whatever, no big deal. A year later, we're like, "Yo, we should run a whole storyline." We repost that one. It went crazy.
Yeah,
Yo, wouldn't you text me?
Yo, one of us probably messaged you because I messaged him. I was like, yo,
This
did
guy
Mickey
goes,
just-
yo, is Mickey in prison?
Yo, I was like, bro, they got me.
I
I'm
swear to God.
like,
He's
yo, I
"Yo,
think I sent it in our group chat, our team group chat. I'm like, yo, guys, Mickey's in the fucking bin, bro. We gotta do something, bro.
we actually tripped out. We thought it was real, bro. Straight up.
Nah, bro, it's the
That's
same thing we posted a year ago.
crazy.
Yeah, it went crazy, bro. My dad sent me all these articles, and he's like, "Are you in jail? Are you in jail?" He's sending me all these links.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Am I in jail?" I read the links and I go, "Professional poker player arrested."
How many
Rico."
people were messaging you, bro?
Bro, it was you
crazy.
know what's really cool about it, I guess? How many celebrities DM'd me
Yeah.
to
Oh,
see if
yeah.
I was
Oh,
in
yeah.
jail. I was like, that's a weird area of interest for you to take in my life. But
Damn,
yeah.
but they
It's like,
care,
that's
they care
what it
about
took.
you, bro.
Yeah,
They
exactly. It was cool to see. And but no, I was not. I never. Bro, we made it like clearly a joke. We thought like we quoted a juror. So we released my mugshot and
Yeah.
we quoted a juror number 4, and it said, "Definitely guilty. It was lit AF though." Like what juror would say that?
No, because if
know?
you took a quick look, bro, you're like, fuck. He's gone. He's in the, but you had to read it, right? I just seen it quick. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But
were
that's
tripping
you
out. We
just
thought it was
okay. If
real.
you want to see if people care about you, pretend you went to jail. It's not a bad move. I might try that out.
But it's funny that everything you've done in your career, and that's the thing that got people going. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the craziest part.
a big booty Latina fight ring? Like, come on. Who even says that in the police report?
Yo, you don't know what the news anymore, bro. You really don't.
Well, check this out. After me and Funny Degen made all the memes about me getting arrested, I actually got invited to a big booty Latina fight ring. This is not a joke. It's here in
Bro.
LA.
Yo, I think I seen the video or some
Come
shit.
on, bro.
This is-
Are you kidding me?
They get naked and they fight. Bro, when I say they go for blood, we're not talking about girls getting in the ring, slapping each other.
yeah.
We're not talking about fighting for 10 seconds and then hugging. These girls, every bout, every fight, every round would beat me up. Bro, these girls go for blood. Every time I go, I end up picking up all the fighters along the way. And they're like some of the coolest chicks, bro.
Are they like jacked or
No, bro. They're just like regular girls that get naked and fight. But like, I don't know how they can. I don't know what the conversation's like.
Yeah.
But somehow they only find girls that are willing to put it on the line.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
You think they're getting paid nice too?
I know what they're getting paid. It is
Not
not
nice.
nice. Not nice. It's crazy. Nah, but a lot of people will throw money into the ring during the fight and they keep the money.
It's like a strip club fight.
Sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean,
Maybe that could be your future wife. No, one of them.
Just beating the shit out of someone in the ring.
we're
Like,
gonna
what's
go
funny?
tomorrow.
I'm
No,
so down
we're
with
in.
that.
We're in.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? We noticed, bro. Like every time we've like connected with somebody in the last few days in Miami, they always pull up with a fucking with a porn star. Everyone.
Yo, we've been linking with people.
Everyone moves in. Everyone moves in here with a porn star, bro. It's crazy. Like everyone just anywhere someone goes, anywhere a dude goes in LA, he brings a porn star.
Well,
with
we
him.
were with Spence too. Spence was here. Spencer,
Which Spencer?
Michael Barrick.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The homie. Of
He
course.
pulled up here, porn star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he
Kazumi
could-
was here too.
I mean, just him. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I feel like there's porn stars like the highest porn star per capita here.
100%.
LA and Vegas for sure, and they're interchangeable. You
Yeah,
know?
they go in between. Yeah.
So okay, so
Traveling horse. Yeah.
we talked a little bit about your love life. What about business? What do you got going on in business? I know you have you're an actor now. But what kind of money moves you making now?
So I've been doing a lot of real estate, and that's mostly honestly to protect me from myself. But this I've been doing. I don't know if I ever really spoke about it, but I've been on this wave. When I started getting cut from the casinos, I just started taking the money. I was like hoarding some cash, and I gave like almost all of it. I was like, just get this away from me. And I had like a real estate portfolio, so I've been doing a lot of that. Yeah, so it'll build, and also it's like too hard for me to access.
Okay.
And I'm always trying to protect me from myself. I'm a degenerate gambler at the end of everything.
Yeah.
Win, lose, draw. I love to gamble. You know. So, but as far as like business, the one that I can talk about, and I'm actually stoked to talk about, is I found a way to beat all of the casinos basically forever and put money in everybody else's pocket. I'm gonna go live with this like really soon. Keep an eye on my Instagram. Dirty Goth Boy on Instagram. Boy is BOI. Dirty Goth Boy. Anybody, I'm gonna put a thing like a way to contact, and anybody who contacts me, I'm gonna put up the money and still beat all the casinos through these people. So it's gonna line all the pockets of all my fans, and we're all gonna beat the casinos.
Bro,
Oh my God.
Because I have to
Yeah.
ask, like,
Yeah.
like I said, I saw you with Druski. That was like 20 out of 24 hands.
Yeah, me and Druski played a couple of weeks ago. I took his whole team out. We met in Vegas. A lot of them never even gambled ever, so they didn't even know the basics.
I could tell you were sitting there like a fucking teacher, like a professor, and you were like, okay, guys,
Professor
this is
Mickey.
how we do things. And I was like, okay, it's jokes.
Yeah, it's teaching structure, betting structure, all that stuff. And we won 20 out of 24 hands. Suicide Boys, what we do? 28 out of 33 hands. Yeah.
Yo, and there was another guy, I don't know his name. He's your boy, though, obviously. You took him from like 4K,
Mickey Lacoste.
bro,
Yeah,
to like
yeah,
what,
I posted that.
plus 100 grand? Like, what was that?
We Ian, you remember what we did? What was our max there? 118. So I think it was 4K to 118K.
How fast was that?
How fast, Ian?
Wait, what the
12
fuck are you
minutes.
talking
He said
about?
12 minutes. Okay, 12 minutes.
Holy-
4K.
Yeah.
4K to 118 in 12 minutes.
Yeah, I posted that one too. Yeah.
Playing, okay, what were you playing?
The Druski and Suicide Boys were both exclusively baccarat. Mickey Lacoste was blackjack.
Yeah.
Bro, how? Like, I gotta understand what's the, like,
He knows the game. He's
no,
got
I
the
know,
cheat code.
listen, I know he knows the game. I know he's a Chico, but I'm saying like, okay, even in terms of like prepping, do you guys like, do you know you're gonna link up with them and do that, or is it kind of just always like last minute, like, yo, pull up here, like let's just do this? And they allow you as well, like, cause bro, you were, like I said, you were sitting there putting on like a fucking lecture.
Yeah. I put on a seminar for Druski's whole team.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So these casinos like allow you to do that?
It's always politics. It's like I have to get approval. There is one casino that kind of lets me do whatever.
Okay.
I don't play really big there, so like I don't think they're fearful of like any like notable damages. Like, you know, I'm not gonna walk out with $10 million because I don't play big enough there for it to happen. The Druski thing, we took a private room, and the pit bosses, they all know who I am. They know who Druski is, so like they know like that a lot of casinos let me film, so they really don't like bother me much.
Okay.
And it's up to the executives whether they want to step in and stop it or tell me not to even come in or what it is. So it's always like kind of case by case.
And in terms of like, I remember last time we spoke, like, bro, there was only like a few casinos you could even go to.
Now I got one, yeah.
Only one?
Just one
Yeah.
left?
Well, in Vegas, yeah. I probably got like maybe 5% casinos in the world I can go in. The problem is like most casinos that I still probably could play in, the limits are so low that like you can't really like how much you could for the same amount of work that I was winning tens of millions. Like I have to put the same amount of work, like same brain power, same everything. True. To only make, I don't know what you can make, 10K, 20K.
Yeah.
So I got way bigger things I'm working on. Like I make way more money.
You're not really dependent on the gambling money at this point.
Not anymore. Yeah.
How often do you actually still gamble like for yourself, like to go in and try and win, 4, 5, 6 mil type of thing?
It's mostly like exclusive. I don't want to say exclusively, but it's mostly just poker now. Because poker, I have way more freedom to play. Like I have way more options, especially because we play most poker privately, and like they don't tell me don't come. Like they're not a casino. They don't care.
Yeah.
I'd say once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I noticed like, bro, like when you pull up to like, because I've been seeing some of your poker games. I watched them on YouTube and shit. Like when you pull up, like the room gets a little nervous. Eh? Like I'm telling you, like
different energy. Eh?
No, because it's different energy. Like bro, like the classic like poker player guys, like he's wearing a hoodie, hat low, glasses, no one can see anything. Yeah. This guy rolls in talking shit, doesn't give a fuck. Like
rolling with rappers and fucking.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. So how? Because I know you weren't necessarily very big in that world before. What was it, the freedom that led you there, and how consistently now? You said once a week, but like how big are these how big are these stakes games? Like how much you got to buy into a game that you're regularly at once a week, let's say?
These games that I'm playing now, like 100K is fine. Like that's fine. They're not huge.
Yeah.
You know, I would say maybe I think they're still classified as nosebleeds, like 100K like buy-in max for the whole night. I think it's still like above average when it comes to like most people playing poker, but I used to play enormous games, like that had $1 to $3 million swings for every player every night. But those games became really hard to play. A lot of people started stiffing. Like I got stiff, crazy money.
What do you mean?
Like because it's lines of credit. Like you can't just pull up with a few million in cash to all of these games. It's too dangerous.
Well, sure.
To have that much cash in the house. It's too hard to facilitate that much cash. So it's usually lines of credit, and most people get vouched for. Okay. So like you'll walk in and you can ask like, hey, give me a line of credit, $10 million. And the game host will be like, all right, you're good. Like here's $10 million in chips, And then if you lose, he'll be like, hey, this is who won, like pay him, whatever. And you guys handle it amongst yourselves. And you have like 7 days to square away. Well, sometimes the guy who lost doesn't want to pay the guy who won, and then he'll disappear and go back to France or whatever it is. I got stiffed by a whole bunch of French guys. For like some crazy money, like a 6-7 figures.
Just Frenchman's, eh?
Yeah, like a deep 7 figures in one game.
Oh,
and I'm like, dang, And after that, I was like, this is kind of weak,
It can happen anytime.
It can happen anytime to anybody, And they just go off,
like you're out here risking real money, like you're ready to pay if you lose.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the guys you're rinsing, they're not paying.
Right. So that became a problem in the whole community. It just started happening. Okay. COVID poker was super hot. Post-COVID, people are like, wait a second, we're getting stiffed. There's a lot of work, a lot of energy. We can just run these games inside of poker rooms. Sure. But then the next problem is, how do you get the player pool? A lot of these people that are playing are famous or political figures or like CEOs or whatever it is that are like, hey, we cannot be seen in public wagering and gambling at all, let alone these stakes. So then we lose like a huge portion of the player pool. Then let's say you get like all the billionaires that still want to play. They have to not just have the money in the casino so you can play with casino chips. They have to be in the same city at the same time and have a free schedule for like 2 days, because if you're up all night playing, you're going to lose the next day. So it becomes like really tough. At some point, those games start to slowly evaporate. Okay. And there's still a few that are really solid and really good, but honestly, everything kind of shrunk a little because now it's more for fun. Like all these billionaires that play in this game, no matter how much they win or how much they lose, they're still billionaires. So they're like, why go through all this? We can play for less stakes and have the same environment, the same fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they just want to be in these like penthouses, getting the back rub, drinking.
It's the experience for them. It's more the experience.
And do you play ever so will you play poker at the casino though? No?
Not really.
No.
Only if it's like on TV or whatever.
Okay.
And even then, like I don't play that often on TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I noticed like I said, I watch all the games you played on YouTube. Like I've probably seen them all. And it's funny, like you are like the celebrity poker guy. Like it's crazy. Like hey, now you've turned from the baccarat guy to the celebrity poker guy. It's pretty jokes. Like
you
see
said
it
the World Series of Poker, right?
Yeah, I'm in the World Series right now.
How'd that happen?
Yeah, I mean anybody can go. You can just go and play. Like you guys can pull up. But
I'll save my money. I'll save my cash.
but there's a whole season. It's not just one game, not
Yes.
one tournament. It's a whole season. It's basically the whole summer. And you look at the WSOP schedule, and you can just pick whatever you feel like, signing up for.
Okay.
So I made my own schedule, and this week I had to film a couple of movies, and I had to do some stuff out here in LA. So that's why I'm here now. I go back to Vegas this weekend, jump back into the series. The main event is coming up soon, so that's the one most people think about in the World
The
Series.
main event?
Yeah.
That's sick.
You confident or what?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel solid.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable. Yeah.
How about like even like celebrities? Is there anyone that you wanna win money with that you haven't?
I want to win money for the owner of the Raiders.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why him?
First of all, he just seems lit. First of all, you know what this guy looks like?
No. We're gonna pop him up. We'll pop up his face, but
There's no way you can look at this guy and say he's not a good time.
what is he? Just like a stud? What is he?
Pull up a pic. I got to see what this guy looks like.
Pull up a picture.
He looks crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, bro, the Raiders.
looks like a
So
good
tell him.
time.
Tell him right now. Tell him on the cam that you want him. We'll manifest it right now.
If you see this, by the way, I've gambled for a lot of your players, a lot of the Raiders players. You can ask around about me. I would love the opportunity to gamble with you or party. I'll even take you out to dinner, whatever floats your boat. I'd love to just get down. That's
It's
all.
gonna happen now. See? Let me see this guy. I gotta see this guy. Let me see.
Bro, Mark Davis, legend. Look at that hairpiece on the kid, eh? That's legendary, dude. Now I get it. Now it makes sense.
This guy's a blast, dude.
Dude. And you don't become the owner of the Raiders without doing some fucking joke shit.
That's what
to
I'm
get
saying.
there.
You know what I mean?
He's for sure about it then.
Yeah, like he's a good
Guaranteed.
time. There's
Yeah.
no way, you know.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
That's a
Mark
joke.
Davis, come on,
Anyone
bro.
in the music scene that you want to do?
That
you probably
haven't already. I've almost played for everybody
saying,
in the
right?
music world. Dang.
Does
I
it
don't
get
know.
tricky with athletes though? Like they don't want to show it and shit.
A lot of athletes prefer not. This is the thing. A lot of athletes have like rules. Like they can't sports bet, for example.
True.
So a lot of them are unclear on the rules. So like, hey, we just want to stay away. We're gonna gamble. We're gonna gamble with you. Well, we don't know if this is gonna get us in hot water. Let's keep it amongst ourselves. I'm like, no sweat. I went out with like Odell Beckham, right? We did a whole thing. And I was like, hey, I want to post a video. And he goes, post like this. And I showed him like the version I made based on what he, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love that. So the video shows Odell sends a chauffeur to my penthouse here in LA. Okay. I get in and it pulls up this is the middle of the night, by the way. And I pull up, the chauffeur pulls up and when I get out of the car and there's all these other black Escalades pulling up. It's me, Odell, Brad Wing, Benetton, right? And we just get on a private jet. And I'm like, where are we going? And Odell's like, you'll see. I'm like, oh, okay, you know.
Right.
And he whips out like, I don't know, like $1 million or whatever, $1 million or $5 million worth of this crazy jewelry on the PJ, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, dang. And my ex, right, she was with me. He throws us this box of all the watches and chains and bracelets and goes, pick some pieces, put them on. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'll just go buy some jewelry. Don't worry about it. And he goes, I told you to put some on, you know? So I look at my girl, I'm like, baby, just pick your favorite piece. Let's go, yo.
Anything you want, babe.
Yeah. So she's probably wearing like, I don't know, man, $250,000 in chains and whatever. And I threw a chain on and we're chilling. We land and we go over and it's Von Miller's birthday and we're partying this whole thing. So I got all these clips and I made a joke that I was kidnapped by Odell Beckham. And he goes, that's a fire post. Post it, you know? And then we kept like the gambling private, you know? And
It's more just like vlog style, like lifestyle shit.
yeah, it was like I
Instead
made
of
like a funny joke about like being kidnapped by Odell. Like that was that, you know? And I had a great time. And he's just a awesome person. Like just like
Really, eh?
mad cool, bro. Like he was so cool and just,
How'd you link with him? He just hit you?
So Brad Wing, who they play together at LSU, and then they played together. I think in the NFL, Brad is the kicker.
Okay.
And me and Brad had linked a long time back, talking about. He's like, hey, like I struggle in one particular area of my life, and I saw you in an interview talk about that you used to and you don't anymore. Can you help me with that? And I says, yeah, for sure. Like this is like way back in the day when I first started social media. I'm like, yeah. So me and Brad became friends before I even realized that he was in the NFL or nothing. Like he just hit me on like, hey, I'm struggling with something that you've conquered. Can you help me? And we connected. And then he would FaceTime me like every couple of months with Odell and be like, yo, we want to fly you out, But I was always like busy. And then finally, Odell was just like on the FaceTime. He's like, bro, I have a car outside your house. I need you to get in it. And I was like, can I bring my girl? And he was like, I don't care. And I was like, all right, baby, pack a bag. I don't know where we're going.
Let's go. Has there been anybody that like notable that's reached out to you to gamble that you're like, not gonna do it?
You say no to people too, yeah.
I say no way more than I say yes.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
And what differentiates from saying yes to no?
Basically, if I feel like it, because this is the thing. A lot of people hit me. First of all, if they hit me because they think that we're just like-minded and we're like, yo, we're gonna have a good time. I don't know how to relate to you outside of gambling yet, so I'm gonna make it gambling, central.
Yep.
Sure.
Then I could see that. I could be like, you just want to have a good time, but you don't know how to approach me. I'm with it. We'll form a friendship. But there's other people that hit me like, let's gamble. I don't care about nothing else. We happen to not be compatible human beings outside of gamble. I see it. I'm like,
what's the point?
you're just using me.
Yeah.
And you're asking me to go to work. Like, I don't need to work anymore,
True.
Yeah. So okay. So
I feel like you need a
documentary.
documentary, bro, on your life. Or like a book or something. Like you never thought of that?
I think about it all the time. I had so many producers approach me, like, bro, like some producers that I'm like, I've watched every one of their films.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I think it's gonna happen. It's just like a slow process.
But you're down?
I'm down. No, I'm definitely down. Yeah, I'm definitely down. If somebody whoever's watching this, if you want to make one, like, bro, just hit me up. Like, just do it. Just don't ask me for money, because that used to happen. People
They'd be like, I want to make a movie about you, and also I need the money to do it.
yeah. They'd be like, do you also
They're
want to
already gonna
invest in
make
it?
the money, bro.
That's what I said. I said, you know what it costs to make the life that you
I'm
want to
saying.
film about?
But like on a maybe like share the revenue or some shit on that kind of level. You
I don't
even
know, bro.
eh?
I don't even know, dog. Like, as soon as they ask me for money, I'm like, you're not it. You're not him.
No, it's the wrong reason.
Yeah,
As soon as
you're
you
not
hear
him.
that.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I have two questions. Do you think you'll ever stop gambling?
My answer is probably not.
Okay.
But I think the fashion in which I gamble will change. I think I'm going to die still enjoying the art of gambling.
Okay.
But I think it's going to come in different fashions. I think the same way my grandfather died, he died shooting dice on some weekends for fun and spending the week in New York City card clubs playing rummy. You know, like, I guess you can consider it high stakes rummy, but for him, he's like, I'm just chilling at this point in my life. And that's how he lived the rest of his life. True. And that's what I see for me.
Okay. And second, do you think that you'll ever make a complete exit from social media? I know obviously you go back and forth, but yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's like, hell yeah, bro. And it might be tomorrow. Because like, I might do it tomorrow. Fuck that.
We don't know when we're gonna lose him, eh? That could happen at any point.
I also have one more. This is a little more of a selfish question because I've been playing some like
here we go.
backyard garage fucking poker. Like, if you want to learn poker, what's the best way to learn?
Depends how much you already know. Assuming you know nothing, the first thing you have to do is you have to learn like hand values. You have to learn like what the strongest hand is down to the weakest hand.
Yeah.
And once you understand that, then you have to learn the mechanics. Now, how do you learn these things, I guess, is really your question. Literally the internet. Start slow, just get the basics. After that, there are some courses out there that actually really do help when it comes to poker, like for sure. I don't want to plug any or discourage any. There are some that really work. But my real experience in my real life, like everything I've done every year I've been alive, is I've learned how to dribble during a live NBA game. Trial by fire, you know?
Facts. No, the reason I'm asking because I was playing some like backyard fucking poker games, and then I got invited to like a penthouse on like my first time ever. I didn't go because it was during this trip, but I'm considering it. I want to go get my back rubbed. You know why I play poker?
Yeah, man.
It's a vibe.
I would just do it, and even if you lose,
Yeah.
just keep an eye on. First of all, was the money you lost worth the experience you had? Because if so, then it's just like paying to go to the movies or go to the club or whatever you're going to pay for. True. And the next thing is, while you're playing, pay attention to what's making you lose. Be like, oh, I played 7 deuce and I lost. I'm going to stop playing 7 deuce.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
stuff
facts.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you could fucking also do like a masterclass course in gambling, and millions of people would fucking buy it.
Yeah, for sure they would. I'd probably like make a fortune off it. But I just like have this like moral dilemma. I feel that it's too close. I've never asked my fans for money. I've never sold anything. I've never nothing. I don't want to take no money from nobody. I don't need their money. I don't want their money. Yeah. And I never want anybody to ever feel taken advantage of or scammed or anything like that. True. And there's so many scam artists that sell masterclasses on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, facts.
And I don't want to put myself in the same category. Like if you had to like make a list of who sells masterclasses and it's me next to like Cody Covers or Vegas Dave or whatever, I don't ever want my name like next to theirs, you know?
True. But I feel like people know you're genuine because you've had this crazy story too. So it's not like you're just pulling out of nowhere, coming out of nowhere saying, yo, I got a course now, I won this much money. Like people can look at your shit, they can find it. You've been documenting it.
I know, but I also don't even want to encourage gambling.
I was just about to
Okay.
say that seems like the tough part when you say that and I think about it. It's like Yeah, gambling there's more losers than winners. So
100%.
it's like you're gonna put a course out. Let's say 1 million people bought it, bro. The percentage of people that are actually gonna win, even if you taught them everything down to the fucking perfect tee, majority of them would still lose.
Yeah, they're gonna make mistakes. They're not gonna remember everything. They're gonna misunderstand some information.
100%.
You know, like because I can say one sentence and 10 people read it 10 different ways, but only one of them was correct. So I just created 9 losers, and I don't ever want to feel responsible for someone spending money, losing money, getting hurt, anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's like this big moral dilemma I have. Like, yeah, I'll make a killing, and like 1 out of 10 people will use my instructions correctly and also make a killing. But what about the other 90% of the people that gave me money, you know?
But okay, like not to start some fucking internet beef, but you mentioned Cody covers spreads. I see him all over the place.
Yeah.
And I see him with some like some notable people. Like I think SteveWillDoIt fucks with him. I see them doing some things.
Actually. I forgot. I played with Steve recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Oh, bro, I live streamed with Steve and Bryce
That's what
Hall
I'm saying. Yeah,
and
I've seen
Steve.
that.
So I was with Bryce Hall and SteveWillDoIt, and we were live streaming. We did a whole day together, all live stream. Went to the UFC with Dana, did the whole 9, right? We go to the casino to play, and as soon as Steve walks away from me, that's when security came and snagged me out.
Wow.
And this was a week after I went on Adin Ross's live stream with him and Dana playing in the same casino.
Yeah, but
they
I mean,
just
that's what I'm
didn't
saying.
want
I've
you
been
in
seeing you
there.
go crazy
Yeah,
there.
they don't want me coaching and stuff like that. So when I went with like Adin and Dana, I like couldn't have been like any more just like I didn't do, you know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't even try to, make
I
too many
didn't-
moves.
I wasn't too loud. And then when I went with Steve, I don't know what it was. Maybe they like second guessed it because it was like a week after the day and Adin. Whatever it was, I don't know. But the second Steve left me, security came and got me out. All on live stream, they threw me out. Yeah. But
you mentioned guys like that, like a guy like
Yeah.
Cody covers spread, for example. Like, you think these guys are capping?
yeah.
Because like, bro, I'm saying,
Ain't no thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to like go after Cody. Like I don't care. I don't care. Let me like be very clear. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
you know what I
no,
mean?
for sure. I know that.
The thing with Cody is Cody and I were in the same like friend circle, like of sorts, when I first started social media, and this really pissed me off. In the beginning, every time I posted something, it was like obviously my real life. Like I'd make a post like, "Hey, just got thrown out of Aria," blah 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 blah. By the end of the day, he'd make the same video, same post, same everything, same words, but it'd be him and saying he got thrown out. And I started thinking, I'm like, in the beginning, I thought it was kind of flattering. I'm like, oh, my real life story's fire. People are gonna rip it off. Like, if you're my homie's homie, like, get your bread, boo boo. Like, get paid, you know. But it kept happening, and at some point, I was like, I just reached out to him. I hit him up. I'm like, bro, knock it off, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's weird, bro. Yeah.
You want to beat me, bro?
yeah, like, you know. And I don't got like no personal issue with it. I ain't got no personal beef. I mean, I grew away from that friend circle a little bit as my life moved on. But they're all capping. Like, bro, I know the sports sharps. I know the guys that really beat every sports book in the world. Bro, I know them right now. You want to see right now? Look at this.
Let's do it.
I do want to see right
I
now.
definitely want to see.
Okay, so let's see. What time? Hold on 1 second. Oh, God, it deletes. I opened it. Right here. So that's at 1:43, right? It's like an hour ago. So this group here, how do I show the contacts? I don't know if you guys know that name.
No.
So that's a super famous name in the sports world.
Okay.
He's like a proven sharp. Every guy, bro, that... Oh, I got more here.
I love how the phone always comes out on our interviews. Eh? It's like, we got to make sure it's just legit, you know?
The receipts, bro.
So here's more. Sports. These are groups of guys. Like, I'm in these networks of real people that are really beating casinos, real
crushing. Yeah,
bro, like real guys. These guys,
So you know what it looks like.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are not selling packages. These guys are not selling the picks of the week. These guys are not on social media. They do not have blue checks. These are like real guys that are usually older, not always, but usually older, who have spent 30 years studying all the analytics of every line they know how the electricity travels and what casino it starts with. Like when a line is made, they know which casino gets the line first and which ones are using which other casinos to adjust their lines. Bro, what I'm telling you, like these dudes are not screaming into the camera on their Instagram story saying, "Buy my pick, lock of the century." Yeah. Bro, these dudes aren't doing that. Don't play with me.
Would you ever get into sports betting? I know you put a story. You're like, yo, I might tap in.
It's so funny you say that, bro. So now that I'm banned from all the casinos, for me to keep gambling, besides like privately, my basic only options are poker and sports, right? Okay. So that's one of the reasons I got into poker. I got into poker a few years ago because I crushed the casinos, I got banned, and I was like, how else can I like degen out, you know? And I was like, poker, you know? Yeah. And so I started playing poker. And the thing is, I'm the worst sports bettor you guys have ever met. You'll never have a worse sports bettor on your show than me. It'll never happen. And so like I'm in all these chats and networks around the world, and everyone's just like, bro, just get in on. So people will send it to me and be like, this is what's going to happen today. And I'll watch, and they're all hitting. And I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know if I understand enough to put my money into it, but why don't you just teach me? So I have been learning. And I did make a post. I made a post about Dave Miller, right? So Dave is one of those known sharps. Like, sick. He's confirmed, validated, verified, no question. So he had reached out to me a while back through Spencer Cornelia, actually, and was like, hey, like, we can get you your money from casino, because they have a history of beating the books and the casinos don't want to pay. Okay. So they go and they have somebody fight on their behalf and they always get paid. I think they have, I don't want to say 100%, but it might be 100% success at like converting their cash back from the casino. Yes. Okay. So they hit me on that. They're like, hey, like, we have a team. They'll get all the money that all the casinos owe you. We'll get it paid to you. Like, we don't need nothing. We just want to help a fellow sharp, right? I'm like, all right, cool. So we became friends. So eventually he was one of the guys that was like, bro, get into sports with us. Like, just do it, you know? Uh-huh. And I was like, I just don't get it, you know? He's been teaching me. I made a post like 2 weeks ago because I want to know anybody that has done this business with him, they probably already follow me. True. So I was like, can you guys, if you've done business with him, hit me up and tell me legit or not legit before I get too deep and waste my time through this rabbit hole.
I remember you posted that.
Yeah. But so far he's been 100%.
What are the sports? What kind of what sports?
All sports.
All of them.
All the sports. The thing is, it's not this thing. It doesn't matter the sport, and it doesn't matter like the team. It's not like that. It's not. He's not gambling. He's not betting. There's like real math and real numbers.
There's analytics and shit. Yeah.
Right. So that imagine like he'll put all these things into a calculator, like whatever it is, and it'll just give him an output that says this is the result. And whatever team it is, whatever sport it is, whatever bet it is, whatever it is, that's the winning answer. So he'll just lay those, you know. Yeah. And it's
just
like
math.
There's no like, bro, it's this sport and it's only this. It's like, bro, it could be football, it could be fucking hockey, soccer, like whatever, like.
Yeah, right.
You can send some pics. We'll throw down for sure.
I'm gonna keep moving forward with him until like unless something comes up that I haven't seen yet that shows that it's not 100%, which so far it has been. Yeah. But if it keeps on this path, I'll give them to you guys. Don't bother me. Why not?
Because we just lose all our sports.
We haven't won fuck all, bro. It's crazy.
Give him the question again. We need the answer.
Yeah. Listen, I know we have your last answer, but
maybe something changed.
There was also 100. There was also like 100,000 in cash sitting in front of us. So maybe that changes the answer. Before we end this, first of all, thank you, bro. Appreciate you coming out and doing this. Dude, bro. I think we got to like fucking do this. I'll do this with you 100. Like I said, I'll do a whole season with you. I don't give a fuck.
Me too. I have fun with you guys.
But thank you. But Mikki, do you believe money buys happiness?
I believe that it buys the tools that will make somebody happy.
Yeah, 100%. Freedom. We like
what
to say
tools you need?
What tools for you though?
Right now, I'm unsure because of all my like emotional turmoil. I'm actually unsure what makes me happy. I'm relearning who I am. You know.
True.
Yeah.
So how you trying to find? You just doing a bunch of different shit, trying to see what you like again?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying everything. Yeah.
You're a fucking actor.
You're an actor. In the fucking, I know. I said actor.
You're a fucking
win an Oscar out here. Holy fuck.
Proud of you, bro. Straight up.
Yeah,
sick.
Man. Appreciate you, bro. Love you, man. Guys, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. We are out.